My name is Nicole, and my YouTube channel is GypsyWillow05. And I started my YouTube channel because I wanted to provide information to people who are just starting out, learning about Wicca, learning about witchcraft. I recently, about 4 years ago, I started studying Wicca and became Wiccan, and I then a year after that I went into witchcraft. Excuse me. And I wanted to see, if that was a right fit for me, because not all Wiccans are witches, and not all witches are Wiccans. So, but there are many that, many Wiccans that are witches. So, I got into both of them, and when I first started out, I, you know, wasn't sure where I was going to get my information from to actually learn. I come from a family of strict Catholics, and I maybe about 2 years ago came out of the broom closet. So I told them all that I was a Wiccan, and they were not very accepting, to say the least, at first. And it was tough for me because I know who I am as a person, and for me, Wicca has really opened my eyes and opened many doors and showed me how to be a better person. So to me, it was like I was trying to explain to these devout Catholics how great Wicca was, and they just didn't want to listen. So eventually they came around, when they seen that I wasn't, boiling children in cauldrons and turning people into toads. They saw that, it's really like I am a better person today than I was 4 years ago. And it's hard to not notice that. Before I really was not open to helping people, and I really didn't like people, really, to be honest with you, quite that much. I've always loved animals far more than I've ever liked people. And I mean, becoming a Wiccan really opened my eyes to see that, there's so much more to life than to be a shut off, closed up individual. So it was so beneficial to my life. Now, this is just like an introductory video where I just wanted to introduce myself and, hopefully, get to meet some of the people that would be following me, and, you know, hopefully I can provide useful information for you along your journey and your path to becoming a Wiccan or a witch. And, how I got my information when I first started, it was quite the journey. I started on Google, and I realized that not all information on Google is useful. I mean, you look up Wicca, there are a lot of useful sites and useful, things like that, but I mean, a lot of it just, people think that it's all about spell work, or it's all about, casting a spell, and about getting money, or about, so it's okay to cast a spell for money, but you have to understand it doesn't really work like that. But anyway, besides that, I started off with Google, and then I went to YouTube, and I found some very useful videos. And over the past 4 years, I've learned a lot. I went to books. I started reading a lot of books on it, and I attained a lot of knowledge for it. And it just makes so much sense to me. And no matter how long you practice Wicca, and how many books you read, and how many YouTube videos you watch, and how many, sites on Google you read, there's always more to learn. And that's the fantastic thing about Wicca. And there's no wrong way to practice it. There's no wrong way to be a Wiccan. Everybody's path is a personal one. And you have to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. And what works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. And it's like you have to find your niche, what works, what doesn't. And I mean, I have learned about tarot, and I have much knowledge about crystals and oils and herbs, and I can't wait to share that with all of you, as far as teaching, as far as like what herbs are good for, what herbs are good for what, and if you for healing purposes, for prosperity, for repelling evil. Like there's so many different uses for different herbs, and you know as far as candles and which oil you would use on them, and colors, and their meanings, animals and their meanings, learning to read tarot, or learning how to open your third eye. Um, for me, one of my most nerve-wracking experiences was doing my first Sabbath ritual. That was one of the most nerve-wracking things for me, because I was ready, mentally ready to go. I was something I really wanted to do. But then going up, I have my altar space in my attic. I have the whole space to myself. I have a nice, area, and going up there, and I was so nervous to mess up, and I was so nervous to say the wrong thing or to disappoint, you know, the elementals, or the god and goddess, or I was so afraid to just mess up somehow. And I realized, especially through all the Sabbaths that I've done, really, it's from the heart. You can't mess up. You can't make a mistake. Because it's, as long as it's coming from your heart, you're good. And that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned thus far, is to know that as long as you are giving everything you have, and putting your heart and soul into it, you can't go wrong. So, but like I said, this is just an introductory, video. Just wanted to introduce myself. If anybody has any questions at all, feel free to email me at n as in Nancy, ikki 0579 at comcast.net. I am free to open any questions you may have. You know, um, Especially if you are thinking about becoming a Wiccan, not sure if it's right for you, um, thinking about being a witch and not sure what that entails. I would love to you know help anyone who has any questions. But there will be many more videos to come. I plan on making my new video in a couple of days that really goes into what Wicca is, and how it's celebrated, and different things you can do with the Sabbath. And I very much look forward to making that video for everyone, and I hope that it's helpful. But um, if anybody has any questions, feel free to email me, and I hope to gain quite a bit of followers, and not to be popular, but to be able to help you. Because really, as you can see, I do this out of my home, and really, popularity is the last thing on my mind. So I just hope that I can help a bunch of you that are looking to, that are beginner with things, or even, people who know their stuff, and just want to come and support a fellow within. That's fantastic as well. So I hope to see you guys again soon, and have a very blessed day. Blessed be.